You know what I wanted to bring up, dude? We got to talk about it. It's dominating the headlines. I thought it would be, speaking of bulls, 100 men versus a gorilla.
You know what, dude? I didn't reach out to two people, to Mitchell Smith and Jason London, because back in the day, they would tell me I could beat up a silverback gorilla that was a baby, and I'm going, you out your damn mind. Now they're talking about all this.
Where did it come from?
I don't know, but it's blown up. Everyone is talking about it. Now, I just, Tanner, what do you think about that?
I can take him.
But they're talking about like 100 people, 100 men against a...
They don't have any arms. It's just their hands. Like they're not like armed with any weapons.
Oh.
Just their hands and feet. And bruh, I don't care if it was if it was all of us plus people our size. Like, I don't know, dude.
I don't know either. And the amazing thing about gorillas is they're vegans.
Yeah, I know. They will eat their young though if they have to. They will. They don't play. But all right, so it depends. So a chimp, I think we could take.
A chimp's gonna bite your face, man.
Yeah, I know, but if it's enough of us,
or throw shit at you, one of the two.
But a silverback is gonna be tough because those things are like 5'8".
No, they're
280 pounds.
I mean, when you see a real one in life, I haven't been to the zoo in a while, but
Jesus.
Yeah. What kind of animal would you be if you want to be an animal? Would you be a gorilla?
Nah.
No, what would you be?
Something like an eagle.
You'd be an eagle, huh?
Yeah, something that flies.
What would you do, Tanner?
This is a loaded question. I've thought about this quite a bit.
I bet you have.
Yeah, I created my own animal with AI.
Okay.
And it's the body of a squirrel. That's the size of a bear.
Oh wow!
What?
With tusks, moose antlers, and eagle wings.
Eagle wing. That's crazy.
Also, it's got like the tail of like a lizard.
So that's an apex predator.
That's me.
That's pretty funny, dude.
Stu, what would we call it?
A teener.
Stu, what would you be?
A turtle.
Turtle. Okay, that was quick.
That was really quick.
How about you, Joe?
Checks out,
Rhino.
too.
It does check out.
A rhino?
Yeah. Rhino.
Because they be shitting on everybody. It's funny,
Oh,
especially
God.
at the zoo. Have you seen it?
I do, yeah.
Have you seen when that was going around? Rhino fucking blowing ass. He be blowing ass and the shit flying on people. That was funny as hell, bro.
Dude, I think 100 men would get. I think 100 men would die if they went up against a silverback.
I don't know. Like you said, I don't know where it's come from, but it's been very popular. There's been everyone's talking about it.
I think he would die, dude.
Well, if you think of full football, I think of football. Like all the badass linemen can take them.
Oh, that's tough, bro. Because one shot from them,
true.
that's it.
It will never be sanctioned.
It would never be safe
Ever.
That doesn't mean it won't happen.
It's probably already happened. It's like no one's filmed it. It's one of those things that no one's gonna film that because Peter would be all up in that shit. Fuck.
You have to be armed, but let's get this thing started. That was a good place to go.
Yeah, it was. It was funny as hell.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Welcome to Off the Script.
We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain.
Today when I was driving into Hollywood, like I had this, I'm on a new roll on some shit right now. I'm trying to make a bunch of changes, and I was sitting there driving, and I was just looking around. I'm like, I just can't believe how it's changed so much for the worse, and it's not what it used to be. It is so slow. It's depressing. Just looking around, I mean, I know it's not tourist season for it yet, but just even going, I'm not going to put Mastermind on blast where they're at. Like everybody puts me on blast where the fuck I live, but I'm not going to do that to Mastermind. But the thing is, just driving that today, I was just looking around. It's kind of like a ghost town in a way, kind of in a way, but they still have a bunch of bars everywhere and shit, and I get that. But I'm talking about the production, and it's really sad because things are really, really starting to get fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, thank
been
you.
fucked up.
I mean, I'm blessed enough. I've been shooting enough auditions and still auditioning, still trying to get work, but they're not filming anything here. And it's really just eerie.
Why would you film anything here and pay that tax when you can go to Atlanta or any
Well,
of these
no,
other
I mean, like
places
I
and film
said
for free?
before, Rob Lowe talked about it's cheaper to go to Ireland.
Yeah, well, they give you breaks if you go to other states and even other countries.
It needs to be fixed soon, bro.
Well, I mean, I don't think it is, bro.
No,
LA wants
no.
their money, brother.
No. Yeah, that's what's greed. It's all about greed. Greed.
Hollywood has slipped, but hey, look, hopefully there's a comeback.
Well, the other thing, everybody thinks they're a creator on their iPhone. They can do whatever they want. They don't
Yeah.
understand what really goes into it. So that's the other thing that bothers me.
Well, we live here. I hope it comes back.
Well, so do I, for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
My ass is getting too old to be bartending. I'll tell you that fucking much. All right, what do you want to do, man? What you want to start off with?
I want to start off by saying this. I want to start off by saying shout out to YouTube.
Very good. I forgot to do that.
To Instagram, to TikTok right there. Thank you for all the support. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button.
And to anybody on the street, just come by and say hi. We're always very welcoming to talk to everybody.
Very welcoming.
Very welcoming person.
Word. I think we could get into it now.
Yeah, what you want to get into?
Flip the script.
He said flip it.
Let's do it.
Did you ever like Flipper when you were a kid? What about you, Tanner?
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it was more of a Free Willy.
Free Willy was good too.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson song and the guy standing over the rock. I remember that whole scene.
I mean, Stu, you being a water bug and shit. So did you like Flipper?
I like Flipper. You want to know why?
What?
It was the only thing on TV.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
All right, you ready for?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this.
All right.
I have the VHSs.
VHS. I still got some of them floating around.
Flipper.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Raccoon caught in driver's seat with meth pipe in its mouth during Springfield Township traffic stop.
That's all I need to see is Lance's look, because I told him earlier outside I got one to you that is just fucking too much.
Excuse me.
And now,
I'm so sorry.
now the thing about this, what I can't get over, okay? Because again, dude, I don't know why, but every time I get material and find shit,
Right.
it's either in Ohio or Michigan where the shit's going on. Okay,
you saying about Michigan, bro?
It's really strange to me. There's always something, right?
Midwest, huh?
But what I can't get over, I don't. The crack pipe don't bother me. Okay, okay. But why the fuck do you have a raccoon in the fucking car? Like,
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah,
You
go
can
ahead.
Continue with
Yeah.
what you're saying. Is there a human inside the car too?
Okay. So it was a traffic stop.
Okay, got you.
From what I understand, when I read the article, she was getting pulled over because of her license plate.
Oh,
she had
okay.
a warrant out.
Okay.
And when they went there, they saw the raccoon with the pipe, the crack pipe in its fucking mouth. Like, what is really going on? Like,
Was there a lighter in his hand?
no, but it just, like I said, dude, the raccoon. Why is the raccoon in the car?
Right.
I mean, the pipe I get, because people always get, have that shit in their car.
Yeah.
I don't, but I don't know anybody that does. But
Right.
people, they get pulled or have that kind of shit. I mean,
That's intense, dude. Raccoons are so human, like, dude. They got hands.
no, they are, but they're
smart.
not someone, hey, come on, hang out in my car. I mean, and they're mean.
A lot of people in the South have pet raccoons,
But they're
dude.
mean.
They can.
Well, a lot
be.
of people eat raccoons,
Yeah.
correct?
Oh, absolutely.
So now you
Yes.
got one that's tweaking out. I mean,
Pet squirrels, pet raccoons, and then you got one smoking meth.
What do you
It's
think, Tanner?
Insane, dude.
Well, obviously, it's probably suspected burglar.
Right.
It's wearing a mask in the car. I think that's pretty suspicious.
I mean,
Raccoons are nasty, dude.
dude,
They are.
and I just, like you said, you know what I think everybody now knows what I come up with and find. And when I
Right.
saw that today, I was like, bro, this is too good to pass up.
Yeah.
And it's just weird.
You know where I live. And,
Yeah.
And there's, it's very mountainous and like, far away from stuff. So, dude, there's a family of raccoons that lives in our next door neighbor's tree. And we see them on the Ring camera all the
No,
time.
I mean,
Like,
they're vicious, mean ass fucking things, bro.
We got to put bricks on top of our trash
Yeah.
cans so that they don't get
Well,
in
you
there.
never know. They might be out there. Hey, let me light one up real quick. I mean, what the fuck is going on?
We got chicken wire on
Yeah.
everything blocking it so they don't. Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I remember on another platform we had the Weirdo of the Week. Well, this would take it right there. That goes right there.
I wish I could see the lady that's
Well,
driving
I'll
this
show you the
car.
video after this to
I already know-
everybody.
So, all right, not to be funny, but this is
Yeah.
the white lady, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, got it. Cool. What's
Go to the next one. Dude.
What's the next
I told
there?
you this was a good one.
What's the next there, Tanner?
Well, I hope this one can compete with that one. All right, here we
Meth
go.
Raccoon.
3, 2, 1.
This goes back to the conversation we had downstairs earlier about cars.
The new report says gas prices could reach $8.43 next year.
Hey, I mean, go ahead.
I mean,
Wait.
we have this governor of our state
Yeah.
that said that by 2035, I might be misquoted, that they want to have all electric cars. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think all these old people, I say that respectfully, everybody's going to be older that has a car is just going to go out and get an electric car? They're gonna be shutting down a bunch of refineries, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, like 2 of them in the next couple of years. This is preposterous.
So is this just California?
Yes.
Okay.
And the thing with California gas prices, I mean, everybody gets upset about it. We as voters in this state, we voted on 5 to 6 years ago about a gas tax for better roads and all that that went through. That is still going through, and that tax is on there too. But the thing is, I think people don't realize so many people live here. That's why it's high.
Yeah.
But the thing is, 843. I mean, come on, man.
Well, the market. You need gas, and a lot of people are here. So make as much money as you
But
can.
that goes back to the point we were talking about upstairs. I said, wait until you see this.
Well, I mean, if we want to talk of tariffs, we can go all day about that.
This
but
is insane.
yeah,
bro.
I mean, look, and I did see that Newsom, what his plan is to give people rebates on their cars so they could sell their cars back for more to be able to purchase an electric car versus the gas car. But then you have hybrids. So I mean, what? You're gonna have to take all the hybrids off the road too.
And you know what, dude? Put one of those charging systems in your home. They're not cheap.
Oh man, we talked about that. It's crazy.
It's insane. So I want to see how this plays out. I'm not excited about it by all. I think it's insane to get there. I mean, and it probably will.
Well, look, this is just the antennas to see what people, how they respond, and if they don't get too much pushback, it will be there, Joe.
Yeah.
So just be prepared for it.
Oh,
there we are.
Everybody else is, because now you can talk about expensive. Now everything will
man.
be fucking insane.
That's why I got that little car I got right now.
Quit bragging.
But it still is gas
Right.
powered.
Your little clown car.
Yeah, a little
It's
clown
not a
car.
clown. See, I wouldn't call. Why would you call it a clown car? That's kind of disrespectful.
That's a
Haas.
small vehicle.
Haas, I'm very upset with you would say that. It's
Well,
not
you
a
don't
clown
like
car.
clowns?
No, it's a go kart.
It's a go-kart.
That's what it is. It's a go. You haven't been in it, have you? You should have them take you for a spin one time. It's a go kart. It's great. Now it's not as bad as a mini. Those Mini Coopes. You ever been in a damn
Mini
Mini
Coopes
Coupe?
are
Yeah.
Dude, Mini Coopes are insane, bro.
Yeah, no, mine's way bigger than a Mini Coupe.
Of
Mine's
course.
like a small, like it's like a small, Corolla.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful
it
car.
Just has
It's nice.
it has the hatchback. That's what makes
Are
it
you
look
calling me
go-kart.
a clown when I get out? Is that why, Haas?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what was that?
You should see Joe ride in that thing.
What was that, Valley Joe?
He like literally holds that, that.
I do that with everybody.
Joe
It's comfortable for me.
Joe lives in L.A.
I live in L.A., bro.
LA.
I live in L.A., bro.
L.A.
and I drive my Ultima.
No,
around town.
wait, see, you fucking people in here, you fucking always put my shit on blast.
I didn't say the color or anything.
It don't matter.
What color is it?
Don't worry about it. They figured out I'm a Raider fan.
What's the color of loss?
Black. No, I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
there you go. See? Thank you.
And silver.
That's
Nice.
color of loss.
All right, what do we got next?
Yeah. We got next.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Grand Theft Auto 6 coming May 26, 2026.
No. You've seen the trailer, correct?
Yeah, but not only that, I know someone that's in one of the games. I mean, our friend Farrad, I haven't talked about in a while. He was in, and he does all these auditions for video games.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've been on a couple of them too, and it's crazy how they do it.
Voiceover stuff, yeah.
But dude, it's getting to the point now. It looks so real. It's so crazy from what it was. I mean, dude, let's talk about Super Mario Brothers. You go from Super Mario Brothers, the original, to this, dude. It's out of control.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, even like you go Super Mario Bros. to GoldenEye to Super
Right.
Smash Brothers to PlayStation 4 to 5, NBA 2Ks, and then now we're to Grand Theft Auto 6. My thing is this, dude. They've been working on this game for 8 years now, and it was supposed to come out this May. And then they dropped this trailer and they say 2026. So it's like, man, how long is it? But the trailer did give me some hope because it did look really cool.
No,
especially
it does look really cool.
In 4K, it looks crazy.
It looks really cool. But I mean, even a lot of like, if you look at all the dynasties and all the franchises, I mean, look at Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
They dropped those trailers years before they come out. So it's smart marketing on that point.
Yeah,
but I get you. It shouldn't take that long, but they're sitting there fine tuning it so much.
So they've been getting millions and millions of views every year because they drop a new trailer.
Right.
But actually, I guess the game is actually going to come out in 2026, and that's going to change so many lives. Grand Theft Auto Online, like just streaming it and recording videos and reposting them and all that good stuff, that drives the most traffic, and those YouTubers and Twitch streamers make the most money out of any other thing that goes on. Grand Theft Auto. So that's going to change a lot of lives when it come out, especially the new version. And the crazy part about it is because like when it first came out, remember we used to just go in there and you get as many stars as you could, and then go to the strip club and throw some dollars, and you just have fun in the game. Now it's like a whole role play,
right?
Where like you have streamers that are a character that play with other streamers, and then people watch this, So I don't know. I know everybody on TikTok, everybody at home that's seen the trailer. I know it's a talk of the town right now. I can't wait to wait.
It is, but it's not a talk of the town for people our age.
Well,
I
think PlayStation 6 is coming out next year.
You can buy one.
No, hell no.
You can get in line early and get it.
No.
I think you and Tanner should go out there. You can be his cowboy boots and flip flops and sweats and everything else. You guys should get it.
I got a couple homies that got.
No, there's a few people
watch it and play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's what they did, dude. They're like, all right, so PS6 is coming out in 2026. Let's hold off, put the game back, because it's like $2 billion already invested in that.
Yeah,
game.
it's insane. Right?
It's gonna crash for like the first 3 to 5 months when you get it, especially if you got it on PC, because that's where a lot of people play the game. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was a cool thing.
No, it
to
is
talk
a
about
very
today.
cool thing, man. Because it's just we talk about evolving, bro. That's insane. How it
looks like a movie.
Yeah, it does.
Like looks like a movie. Yeah, and I know the game won't be quite as good as that because obviously after editing and production and everything, it looks a lot different. But if it's anything close to resemble to that trailer, I wish we could have played it, but we copyrighted it immediately.
For sure.
Immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Everybody at home is going to watch it. Yeah. What we got next, big dog?
All right, here we go. 3, 2. Stephen A. Smith emerging as Democratic U.S. presidential candidate.
We had to talk about this, Joe. We had to. Can you see? Let me ask you.
I can't.
Can you see Stephen A?
No, I can't.
Can you? Let me say it. Can you see Stephen A? Do you see the polls from I think it was last year?
We've already talked about how I feel with polls.
He got 2% of the vote.
You already know how I feel about polls.
And then Trump just endorsed him a day ago. He says, "Yeah, Stephen A. should run for president." You know why? Because he wants to run a third term and he wants to beat Stephen A. That's why. It's like Stephen A. president. I don't know, dude.
Bro,
that's tough.
Tough.
I don't think so.
There's no way.
I know. He doesn't even know politics. But who does, right? I guess.
That's a good point. I mean, I think we're in the day and age now. Everybody thinks they're a politician. That's the problem with everybody. Everybody thinks they're a politician. Everybody thinks they have their opinion counts, and that's where we're at now, and that's fine. I just don't. There's no way. I just don't even want to. I don't even want to go here right now.
I love Stephen A. But listen, stick to sports and to building your brand.
Stick to basketball
and all that, dude.
Stick to basketball,
dude. Like that shit is dude. Could you imagine foreign policy with Stephen A? Him sitting down with other country leaders. Here's basketball. Like what? Nobody knows you. Like it's crazy to me. But people are really backing this right now. A lot of people are on the train. So let's get Stephen A. in the office. He'll pardon all the people out of prison.
We're gonna build a ball.
Yeah, and they're all gonna go to Alcatraz.
Oh no, you gotta do him telling Stephen A. he should run for president.
Well, quite frankly, he's a good guy. He's good people. Stephen A. is very smart, very, very smart. is gonna build a ball, a fantastic ball, a basketball.
Maybe you could have LeBron James be his running mate.
I mean, after LeBron almost swung on him, I don't think that had happened. You know, they would pair him with somebody, a real serious politician. That's good, you know. But the Democratic Party's so far gone that's what they're on. Stephen A. Smith? Come on, man. Damn.
Because I saw this.
I know you saw it. Everybody's seen it.
I didn't think you'd go there, but when you did it, my reaction is enough. Because I'm tired of hearing about Stephen A. And I already told you, I respect the man. Do your thing. It's just you're not my cup of tea, and that's fine. Like I have nothing to bad to say him. I don't know him, and I think that's where that's where we're at with a lot of people that are celebrities.
But if we
Everybody
interview
thinks
him
their
one
opinion. I'd love to talk to him.
I know.
I don't think he'd want to talk to me, but whatever. It's fine.
You never say never, bro.
Well, no one. A lot of people don't want to talk to me. It's fine because they judge the shit out of me. I don't give a shit. I mean, it is what the fuck it is. I mean, all the fucking time.
A lot of people don't want to talk.
No, they want to talk. But a lot of people do want to talk to me. See?
What you got, Brody?
Wait, we done?
Yeah, that was it.
You only put one up.
No, I put two. I did.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We're just flowing so
well, bro.
Flowing so quick.
Let's take a breath.
You lost your sauce a little bit.
No sauce. I was flying right now, and then I had to, stop real quick and let's get back to the focus point.
Let's try to find gravity underneath us here,
Right.
Joe.
There we go.
Bender on.
Teener loaded.
Oh, there he goes. After following that up, so I just wanted to bring this up because this episode is dropping this Saturday.
Okay.
I want to know how everybody feels about Mother's Day.
Okay.
No, here he goes. He's got to put my damn glasses on. He jinxes himself every damn time.
Say that question one more time.
That was the most Martin Lawrence thing I think I've ever seen from you.
You know I've done that bit before. I had to do it again.
Man, give me a quick what the problem is.
I got you.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Hi.
What the problem is? Going on around here now. Take your ass on around that corner now.
You do some
Mother's
good
Day.
ass impressions and dialects, bro. You funny as shit.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because it's here's my thing about that.
let's
I
hear
mean, I Mother's Day to me, it is a very respectful day, but I think I like these other ones like Valentine's Day.
Yep.
And all. I just think those days are every day.
Yeah.
But it's such a big deal now in being in the business for so long and see what goes on. I had to make sure I got the card off,
Right.
And this because I'll get shit for it. And I get it. And, mothers are very, very special people,
Absolutely.
and I know that it's for some of us, I know it's hard for you not still having your mother. I said,
Right.
I didn't want to bring that up, but,
That's all good.
Yeah, I just think it's a hard day for some people. It's also it could be a dramatic day when people come out to eat and how they expect service to be and how busy it is and the employees and a lot of us don't even get to see our mothers on those days,
Right.
so I just know it's such a special day. And then there's also Mexican Mother's Day, which is going to be on Monday this year. So
Especially in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up and see what you all thought about it. If you have any experiences you want to share or everything.
So I'll say this. What's so funny you brought that up is obviously, in the beginning it was tough, but now it's,
Yeah.
excuse me, it's just and it's a day. But it was so funny, dude. I was in the store shopping, and this guy comes in. We don't have children, but people home, they have children. He goes, he's like one of those rude people, one of the skits we've done where he's talking like out loud on his phone and you could hear her talking back. And he's like, he goes, he's like, Mother's Day ain't nothing to me. It's just another day. When it's Father's Day, all they do is say, Happy Father's Day, and I keep it moving. And Mother's Day is just another day. Mother's Day is every day, because he's like, I take care of you. I take care of the, so he's like, Mother's Day is every day for you. So I thought that was funny because that's one point, when you have children, you just kind of like, if you take care of your wife, it's like, Mother's Day should be every day, but I think it should be a special day for sure, dude. Like,
well, no,
for a lot of people.
being in the business as long as we were with Mark and everybody
Same thing
else.
with Father's Day.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Father's Day has got more popular, and it should have
should be. Both
because
of
it
them.
used to be barbecues,
Yeah.
and golf and
Yeah.
whatever, and
Hang
now
with the
they go
boys.
out.
Yeah.
It's And they should be special days.
Yeah, both of them, yeah, absolutely. In the restaurant business, though, it's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
Just like you said in the beginning, at the top of your speech there that you were saying, they were. It's a emotional day for a lot of people,
No, it
bro.
is.
You know, it's an emotional day. So they, you don't know if they lost their mom or they lost their dad, and they're in the restaurant that they used to go to,
Right.
and
Exactly,
they used to have emotional times there, and like they come here to. So then you get people on the edge, but then you get the Karens that are just or the Kevins that are just doing too much.
Yeah, I think you see that a little bit more in Valentine's Day than you do Mother's Day about doing too much. I mean, I've also seen kids from 5 to 10 where I've been working, and they talk to their mom or dad. And they go, "Why isn't there a Child's Day?" Okay, now that's where it gets twisted.
That is
I've heard it before.
That's a good point.
No, there shouldn't be a Child's Day, bro. Their day is every day, man.
A kid said that. Dang, that is a smart kid. Wow.
Well, every day.
Why isn't there a Child's Day? Like one day of the year, it's just you celebrate your Child's Day. I mean, they have bring your daughter to work day, bring your kid to work day or whatever. They have little stuff like that. I don't know, but that's funny.
Hey, Tanner, can you do me a favor real quick?
Let's hear it.
I can try.
Can you go ahead and look up when Mother's Day, when it was established?
Sure thing.
I think. Let me guess. I'll say.
Yeah, what do you think, Stu?
I think like.
No idea.
Dang, I don't know because I want to say the Hallmark era, but
it's got to be before that,
yeah,
right?
I know. I think probably late, early 1900s.
Well, we're gonna find out right now.
All right. Did you put your final answers in?
No, go ahead.
No, we don't know.
I don't want
know.
to answer. I want to see.
I have
Great.
no idea.
That's exciting. All right, here we go.
I said early 1900s.
No, we're past this. Yeah. All right. Mother's Day was officially established as a national holiday in the United States in 1914 when President Woodrow Wilson signed a proclamation designating the second Sunday in May as the day to honor mothers.
Very good.
Hey, I literally had no idea either.
Oh,
No, it was a good guess.
There's a caveat here.
Okay, let's hear it.
While Anna Jarvis had organized the first Mother's Day celebration in 1908, Wilson's proclamation made it a national observance.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
This is going to be a good clip to drop right before we're on the day. No, I'm serious. That's a good one.
That is a good
That's an ESPN. Did you know?
1914. That's awesome.
1914. Oh, that's a perfect segue into what I wanted to talk
All right,
about.
go right ahead. Get ready.
I wanted to talk about the Celtic City doc, man. Can you throw that image up for a minute for our watchers?
Sure can. 3, 2,
I should have
1.
left Phil on that one, but whatever. You would talk about Mother's Day, and then you go into the Celtic whatever
Well,
documentary.
ESPN and
okay, whatever.
Celtics doc.
Okay,
I mean, that's
it's
good,
still left
right?
field, but it's good.
Right,
I'm not
that's
saying
good.
it's good, and I'm not saying left fields aren't good, but we're talking about Mother. Well, did you hear about the Celtics documentary? Let me talk to you about that for a minute. All right.
It was a back road. He got there, but it wasn't fun.
It was a back
I guess we're done telling our stories about mom.
Yeah. Fucking
That lasted
guy.
the whole 30 seconds.
That was a good 5-6 minutes, but it's
No,
cool.
it's good.
Have you seen this?
I haven't because it's on what, HBO?
HBO Max.
Yeah, I don't have HBO Max. I've seen clips. I've seen enough time on the Celtics with the Lakers, and
Right.
I mean I know all the history, and I tell the younger kids about the Celtics and Lakers back in the day. In the 80s, saved basketball, but the Celtics, everybody knows. I mean, Russell and everybody being there all those years, he had 11 chips, and how dominant we were back in the day. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the thing about this though is it really like all those people that didn't do those other docs and stuff.
Yeah.
They did it.
They did it, right?
And they told like the real
Story about.
I got one for you. I forgot what episode it is. I mean, this has been out for a while now, so it's on its 8th or 9th week, because they did seasons, so they dropped the episode every week. So Kevin, when Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and everybody came over to join Paul Pierce. So Kevin McHale was the head of basketball in Minnesota at that time, and they reached out because, I mean, how are you going to get Kevin Garnett? He's like their franchise player and stuff. Kevin McHale on camera says, "Yeah, there was the Boston Celtics, so I sent him over there." And I wanted my Celtics to win. So, and then he coined the phrase "Big Three." He's like, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett are going to win a championship. And then they have Rajon Rondo, that whole thing. I was like, wow, dude. So think about how many of those backdoor deals
they go on all the time.
Like
You just know
for
about
Kevin
it now.
McGill to say that, I was like, wow. He's like, it was the Celtics, man. I wanted them to win. We weren't going to win anything, so I shipped them off for quarter of the price.
That's crazy, bro.
Crazy,
That,
dude.
that's insane, bro.
Isn't it?
But that's what goes. You're right. That's what goes on.
The friendship to the organization won over his job. Because, they fired him not too long
Well,
after
they
he went to
should've.
Houston. Yeah, he
They
went to the
should've.
Rockets. He's at the Rockets still.
You
I
can't
think.
be saying that shit when you're.
I know.
It's just like fucking Josh shithead McDaniels what he said about don't talk bad on the Patriots. It's like, man, shut your. You're in the Raiders locker room saying that shit. That's the same shit. He was just at the an executive position,
able to
do it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
GM
that's
of
crazy.
He pushed it. He set that whole thing up behind the scenes, and he admitted it on. He was like, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but because that's what I loved about the series, about this,
About how real it was and how they how
man.
real they were. Yeah,
They had everybody you can think of joined and sat down and talked about the real stuff, what would really happen, And you know how people label Larry Bird as like this big bad guy that was talk shit all day. He was.
Yeah, he talked a lot. Dude, there's so many old timers.
Oh my god!
When you see him start talking, I think Maxwell for Houston.
Yeah, Vernon Maxwell.
That dude, he was just that dude. When I saw him play, dude, he was just. We were talking outside about how players are.
Yeah,
that dude also had that Mamba mentality back then. That dude was just. Fierce.
Vernon Maxwell, absolutely.
The guy
Him
was
and Gary Payton?
Yeah, beast, both of them.
And he was,
and they were talking about they were talking about Larry, about how much shit he would talk to them. Both of them brought it up.
Everybody on that doc series that I'm talking about right now, Celtic City. If you guys aren't still following, every last one of them had a story about the shit that Bird was talking.
He would talk so much
in
shit.
practice to other players, and I was just like, and like real stories, dude. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. I gave you good enough with the story and that work, but dude, I mean, some of the stuff he was saying, bro, to people, like I was like, wow, like borderline there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no, I know,
borderline
but I'm sure they were borderline to him too.
You know what his favorite word? And we'll leave this, and you'll bring something up. But his favorite word to call people was Holmes.
Yeah, that's a great word. I love using that word all the time.
Hey, Holmes, I'm about to bust your ass, Holmes. Pause.
There it is again. You that damn pause.
I said,
whatever the damn
bust
word.
your ass. Pause. You got to say that.
All right, me ask you something. Real quick.
Let's see. What do you got?
Dr. Ilson, I would like to know what you're scared of.
Scared of? Well, I think off top, the first thing is, everybody's scared of dying. I mean, maybe not everybody. And if you're a soldier and you're committed to taking other lives or being taken, but like in a situation, if I had to, I would. But yeah, absolutely, die. And then I don't know, man. Like I'm not good with. I love to swim and I love water, but I would definitely have a hard time in like the deep ocean, like in pitch
You're scared
black.
of deep ocean water.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. Could you imagine like your plane crashing in the middle of the ocean and like you don't have any help and you're like treading water, trying to stay alive? That's pretty scary, right? What else? Do I need another one, or you got? Okay, yeah. What do you got?
Tanner, what you got?
I was gonna ask, are you more scared of the plane crash or the being in the water?
Yeah, I mean, both were terrible, but being in the water, I think would be treading water with nobody coming, and you just have to tread water and float until as long as you can live. Whew, could you imagine that, bro? I mean, 15 minutes you'd be tired from treading water. You start trying to float, and then
I can tread water forever. For real.
Where are you gonna?
No hands.
No hands.
Swear to God.
He's a turtle.
Turtle.
He's a turtle. Yeah. What about you, Tanner?
Man, I was almost in a plane crash a little bit ago.
Oh wow!
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a really bad storm coming into LAX, and they tried to land a couple times. And after about like the third or fourth time that we went down and shot back up because they just couldn't manage it. They were like, "Well, we're gonna go to Long Beach," and it was brutal. I mean, it was bad. After that, I decided from here on out, I'm only flying private.
Oh,
excuse me.
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't been able to do it, but but I decided. I made the decision in that moment.
We're talking like first class seats, like $1,000 on a commercial plane versus like a $35,000 flight.
$35,000, $45,000, $50,000.
Gas
Those flights are expensive.
They
as
are.
shit,
Even a
bro.
small
Well, yeah.
like private plane, dude. Like I flew private one time with a friend that had it like that, and like I was like, dude, how much does this cost? He was like $47,000. He was like, the gas alone was damn near 30. And I was like, damn. And then he's like, the pilot charges like $2,000 an hour, and you know,
No, those dudes make bank, bro.
I mean,
those guys, dude. I deal with a lot of private pilots. Bro, those guys live the life of luxury, bro. They get all the food paid for. They stay in hotels.
Yeah.
They do their thing. It's crazy.
You know, that brings me to oh no, you didn't answer. What were you?
Hold on. What about
let's-
Stu? What you got?
I was about to take it somewhere else. My bad.
I'm scared of crashing.
What
I could tread forever, but I wouldn't want to be in the cold ocean forever.
Mm-hmm.
That'd kill me. So.
But what else besides just like that? Like, what's some real shit for you, dude? That you think about?
I try to stay positive. That's
Right.
all I can think about.
Very good.
Yeah,
Stu.
there you go. There you go. I can't wait to hear the guy who posed the questions answer. Let's hear
Falling
this.
in love.
This is a moment where I should say put it up, but
Falling in love.
dun, 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 dun.
No, I'm not allowed to do that anymore unless I tell.
Well, you see how quiet I did
know,
it?
but I tell Haas over there to take off the earphones.
I got my finger on the button. Go ahead, give it a go.
No.
You got to explain this, dude.
No, falling in love, bro. Because,
Look into that camera and
because
explain this.
falling in love, and I think in this day and age, we're so scared about getting hurt. Because the way it is now, I mean, when you talk to women, bro, it's changed so much. Like, it's not like a 50-50 when you're just starting out. And I don't have the energy to, like, call all the time, reach out. And I think it's also just, having heartbreak from my life about losing
Old shit,
people
yeah.
or dogs or whatever, and just going down that road. I mean, I'm a little scared of it sometimes, bro. But I'm not even in close with that with any woman. But the point is, it's just I think that's some shit to me. Like it's scary, bro.
Damn, dude, you just convinced me.
Yeah, it's scary.
I agree.
Because you
I
have
am
to be
too.
open to it, but you have to find someone that wants to be there,
Yeah.
and we get and
And
there's
we're getting
so
older.
many variables in it, bro.
Yeah.
So going off of that is dying alone.
Yeah. Oof. Damn. Oof.
Okay, dying alone, that's scary. But then you ask some people that, and they say we're all gonna die alone, which
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me. But whatever.
Yeah. But like no comfort, but a
Yeah.
lot of people do die alone, especially guys get that get unlived, in bad situations. But those are two ones that are good, dude. But yeah, I didn't think about that, dude. Yeah, falling in is scary in LA right now, dude.
Until death do us part, or one of us changes our minds.
So all right,
Fucking still.
that is funny.
That is
That's so funny. That is
He's
funny.
right about that.
That
That's
is.
the thing now, because I think with everything on here with social media, everybody is so tempted to cheat and everything else.
You took
it's
the words
just
out of my
crazy.
mouth. That's exactly where I was going. I was like, if you fall in love with the one and you think is it, but then yeah. But I mean, that can't stop you from trying, right?
No, we can always try. We always should try and everything. I mean,
So all right, look, let me ask you this: if you fell in love with a girl and you were head over heels and you guys were solid for like a good 6 months to a year.
6 months, fuck that.
6 months to a year, right? That's early. It's not long. It's 6 months to a year is pretty long, but you get what I'm saying. And she cheated. Now that's what drives you to be scared of falling in love.
No.
Huh? Yeah. How do you get over that process?
I don't know if you don't sometimes. I think some people don't. And I think that it affects people in a lot of ways, and they go on their own, and they always say the silent person is the deadliest one, and they're in their thoughts about how they don't trust in
you
everything.
gotta say that. You gotta say that again.
The silent person is always the deadliest person, bro. Seriously. I mean, people that, I think people that are silent, and sometimes I'm quiet, actually, when no one believes it. But, bro, there's so much things going on because, I mean, and to piggyback on that, I had an acting teacher, Steve Easton, who's an amazing human being.
Yeah, you speak well about him all the time.
Amazing teacher. He used to talk about all the time, a wandering mind is a beautiful mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I think, when your mind is wandering about stuff and about what you do, and to give yourself to an individual, and when they crush you, when you get cheated on, whatever, bro, that's some severe damage.
I think, isn't it more so because you blame yourself because you trusted this person and you let
you
your
should know better.
Yeah, you were the one that was like, oh, this is the position I'm in, and then you're mad at yourself too. Not the fact of what happened, but you're mad at yourself too. Because you're
because that's the thing.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, see, the thing is, it's not about what she did or what he did. It's what the individual let happen. So that's. I just wanted to throw that out there. I got everybody a little wound up on that.
No, I got more. So how do you check your life? How do you check your life and get it back in order when things are loud like that? When you're in a crazy position, what's some tool or some things that you do to reel it back in?
I think
because a lot of people go get up under somebody else. But what do you do?
I think it'll go get counseling, go talk to someone about it. I think that's the thing. That's
now.
Fair. Because I have reached out and I am working on that now. And the thing is, I think that no one uses that tool enough, especially the older ones that are alpha males. I'm too strong to go talk to someone. Bullshit. Go figure it out. Get some therapy, and then I guess have your guard up.
That's the thing.
That's the thing about letting that guard down, and letting people in, because, bro, there's just too much game playing going on. Even at this age, there's just too much game playing going on.
It is, dude.
No,
I totally get it, man. I totally understand. I think we answered that well.
No, of course
we covered
did.
that. We covered that well.
What do you think, Haas? We good, Haas?
Yeah, I think you said it well.
I mean, I know Stu's not going to chime in because he don't believe in relationships at all. Right, Stewie?
Just teeners.
Fuck.
Yeah, I would say just attack on what you said.
Just teeners, huh?
Stu's available for counseling.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Doctor's orders.
Stu would give you a great counseling session.
Oh, he would.
If you were serious and he was serious, he would.
Yeah, he would.
He'd give you a hug first. Everybody love that.
He'd be in a suit and flip flops.
Let's do a little role playing here.
I'm down.
All right, Stu, you're the counselor.
Okay.
Joe, you're going through something traumatic. Your dog just.
Okay, well, no. We can use another one for that, please.
You're
you just
iguana.
broke up with your girl.
You're,
right?
Okay.
There we go. You just broke up with your girl.
Mr. Stewart, so I'm very heartbroken and I feel empty inside because she cheated on me for the 5th time, and I want to know what is the best way for me to recover through this.
I've got a perfect doctor for you. His name's Dr. Il-Sun. And I'll set you up with him, and here's your prescription. That'll be $500.
All right.
What are you putting me on? You're just gonna hand out pills?
Tic Tacs.
No. Now let's play. He called me, and now I'm taking you over. Is it?
So I don't know.
Okay. I heard you, sir.
Okay.
I heard your phone call. I was on 3-way with you.
You're on 3-way, sir.
I was on 3-way.
Okay,
I heard everything.
Hello.
So I want you to revisit this moment in your life, in sports or wherever you were in your life, and you had to make that decision. I'm going to kill this shit or I'm going to shit the bed. And you were on that fine line. Go back to that moment. And then you put that decision in with what you're going to make with this lady right now, and you don't have to feel empty because you got to remember, you got to hit the game winner or you're going to shit the bed.
Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Hey!
That was pretty good.
Hey!
That's impressive.
Right.
That was very impressive.
I'm gonna be.
Because I told myself that.
I'm gonna be calling you afterwards.
You a gamer or you're not? No, I really did tell myself that a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, got to get through this.
You got to get through it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, if we're going there, isn't it crazy how one player in any I'm not just player. All right, well, I was thinking like any player in any sport, football, basketball, but it could be anything in life. But one great player can change the trajectory of a lot of things, right? So think about Patrick Mahomes going to Kansas City, all the Super Bowls they got, Kobe Bryant going to LA Lakers. Isn't that crazy how just one guy can change everything for everybody? Right?
Well, I think that has to do with life as well.
That's crazy though, right?
It is.
One guy.
One person
you got
changed everything.
one person that is, and then so many people come up with them. Like, especially for sports, dude. Like, if you think about it, dude, that's really like, somebody gets their franchise player.
Yeah, but I think that has to do with sports back in the day because now they just flip-flop so much that it's not just one guy.
Right.
Because when in football, everybody talks about Mahomes, but he also had a great cast around him. I mean, we can go on and on about all the. I mean, look at the Cowboys back in the day when they won all those championships. Look at the cast they had with Irvin, the offensive line. They had Troy Aikman. They had Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get what you're saying, but I
think they build though, right? All right. So like, look, you get a LeBron, right? And I know you're not a big fan, but you get a Michael Jordan. Then you're like, all right, so we got a couple years to tweak. Took him 7, and then he won a championship, right? You get Emmitt Smith, and you got Troy Aikman, and you got Michael Irvin, and now we're winning the championship. If we talk about what I think is going to happen in your Las Vegas Raiders, bro, you got a coaching staff that's serious. You're building pieces. I think in the next year or two, you guys are going to win the championship.
Oh, this fucking guy.
It just blows my mind. I wonder what that is, because you said it's human, right?
Yeah,
I wonder what that is.
Thing is
what's that thing? What is that?
That's the thing that we all have to figure out. Is what is that thing?
Not just talent, huh?
No, it's not so much more than that.
It's
Mindsets. I mean, what they do now, there's some luck involved, So.
I'll just always ponder that, dude.
Well,
I'm
of
like,
course, yeah, I get it.
You got something?
Yeah, put up the corner.
Gotcha.
Here we go.
So, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've considered about maybe getting another 4-legged animal, a dog.
Good.
I've also talked to some people recently. I know one person that lost one a couple weeks ago, and he's already getting another one. And then my neighbor, she had one that passed. And when that happens, and again, I'm not sitting here judging anybody. I'm not telling them what to do. Everyone's on their own path, but I think at the end of the day, it's hard because it's a family member. It's like a person. And once they go, you can't get them back. But then there's that whole contradiction that it's a dog. And there's so many dogs, and they're not like people. But then I like dogs better than people. But just hearing people that want to go get one real quick, and he's a friend of mine, and I know him pretty well, and he was telling me, he goes, Joe, I can't be like you and strong. Like, I have to get another one. I'm like, bro, it has nothing to be strong. I'm just dealing with it. I'm just not. And there's also other responsibilities that go into having a dog to take care of them. And I don't know if I'm there yet because I want to do a bunch of traveling, a bunch of other shit, and I didn't have time. I've been doing the pods a lot, have the studio at the home, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a huge responsibility. I think people understand that, but at the same time, I think that they just are looking to go ahead and replace something sometimes. And I don't think it should be that, I mean, and that's where I'm at. That's what I want to say. It basically sparked a conversation with my neighbor today when I talked to her for a while. And I teared up because I talked about Howie again.
Yeah.
And, and her dog, they were older too, but it's one of those things, man. It's crazy because, once you have one, living alone, it's someone to be there with you. It's a road dog. It's your ride or die, like a real ride or die. Like,
right.
Dogs are real ride or dies.
Right. Yeah,
they're never going to leave you. So.
I know all about this, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, will you hit that chime for me really quick? So, back to the therapist session. Do you think it's because you don't have children? That was your kid?
Maybe, yeah.
So
I don't know.
You're
yeah.
like, that really hurt. It really hurts you, right?
Yeah. But then again, you say that, but then you say I can still have a kid.
Oh man, I feel like you're gonna have a kid, but we'll leave it that for another day. That's off the set.
No
but look, dude, I don't have kids either. So I mean, and we're getting older. But I just feel like that's a bit of it. That was your basically your kid.
It was my kid.
Yeah. So that's why it was a hard thing. It wasn't strong you getting over. You're just like, dude, I don't want to have a kid yet.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
So
that's why we hit that chime.
I was about ready to tell you to put left field up on that dude over there. Haas.
All right. If you had to start over tomorrow, or I'm sorry, are you done with Joe Rose Corner?
Yeah, go ahead. Well,
I didn't mean to cut you off. Didn't know.
I've been working with this dude for I don't know how long.
Well,
and all of a sudden he wants to be open. Well, I didn't want to mean to cut you off. Are you done
I
now?
didn't know because I thought you were about to say something else.
Come on,
and
man.
it was still up. I was like, yo, damn.
That was sweet though. That was kind.
Yeah, well, I think everyone's been in a very kind mood today. There's been a very solid energy in here.
I said it downstairs. What if we have an episode where everybody's lies to each other?
We've been nice.
We have been.
I think we should go around and say one nice thing about someone else.
That's funny. Man.
We should do that real quick. Say one.
All right,
again.
cool. I'm cool. Who's our people?
No.
Me to you, you to him.
I'll
you to
start
him.
it. I guess. Lance. Lance, you are a committed individual.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. Tanner, you're a superstar, dude.
Oh man, thank you.
Yeah,
That's really sweet.
yeah, you got it all.
Thanks, man. Hey,
Stu, you're one dedicated human
It's
being.
Tanner's
my bad.
supposed to
my
go.
bad. Sorry.
it's okay. No,
Tanner to Stu and then Stu to you.
Right.
What the
I'll take
hell?
it
I don't
over
wanna-
this. I'll take it over this.
I don't want to interrupt. Go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead. I'm so sorry, Tanner. Go
No,
ahead.
come on, dude.
Go ahead, Tanner.
Hey, that's really kind of you guys.
It's kind.
Stu, I just want to say you give some of the greatest hugs.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
You do. You give good hugs. He's a big hugger, everyone.
Go ahead, Stuart.
Joe, you're an excellent communicator.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you. I
really
try to
good.
be. Even though we dropped the ball on some shit the other day, but whatever.
Hey, look, and I know Mark's right outside there, and I just want to say Mark is truly the mastermind.
No.
Absolutely,
Mark-
as a mastermind. Right there.
Mark, and it's like I think now, we talk about friends. I don't have friends. I have family.
Huh?
My biological family's there, but I have all my real friends are my family. And everyone's my family in this room. Even you, Tanner, I don't know how long you should know my family, but Mark is like a damn brother to me at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Like,
Mark's
he's such
awesome.
a great human being.
True
he cares
mastermind.
about people. He wants you to do well. He's never negative.
Yeah.
I mean, I see his attitude every once it comes out that I know, but it's all good. I just really appreciate the man.
I feel like I could ask Mark any question and he'd have some good,
No, he
good
would,
answers
all the
for
time.
you.
And
About anything in anything in life, you could ask
And
him
I
something.
was lucky enough a couple weeks ago to sit down and have some beers with one, and we haven't done that in a while, and that was a really good time too. That was fun. So he's just a great human being.
You know, this reminds me of a metaphor that I heard once. There are these two knights, right? And they're wearing, or one of them's in this shining armor. It's really just sexy and badass. He's got this big old sword and a shield. And then there's another guy. He comes out in his chonies, right? Just his underwear.
Right.
And he's got a sword. You know, which one would you think to be more brave?
The one in the underwear.
Because he's vulnerable.
It's good.
And look at this. Look at us, guys. Huh?
What a setup, dude. That was good.
Could you imagine walking around in armor like that? No.
No, dude. I mean, I could. Yeah.
You ever been to the medieval times?
No, I
Yeah,
have not.
I have.
I always wanted to go. I
That's
haven't
cool.
been. I've been to other
I
things.
stayed at that Excalibur. I stayed at the hotel before. Well, is medieval time something different?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been there. I've been to Excalibur where they do the shows, though.
Yeah, we should go for Stu's birthday.
Medieval times.
What
I
do you
would,
think
I
about
would
that,
like
Stu?
that.
You want to go to do that, Stu?
What's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary?
What is it?
What is it?
That little extra.
That little extra, right? Extraordinary, ordinary. That makes sense for sure.
Sure, we'll go to Excalibur.
In Las
Dude, I've
Las
been to-
Vegas.
I've been to fucking Excalibur.
Can't
They're going
wait.
to tear that motherfucker down.
That's a shitty hotel.
It is. I went to Excalibur with fucking Stu years ago with a bunch of people. We went to go watch the Kings play, bro, at MGM, Tanner.
Oh wow.
And Stu was so fucking hammered, he was yelling out, fundamentals! Fundamentals! Skate!
Were the Kings good at that time?
They're all right. But
Or,
it
I
was
mean,
funny, bro.
I
Like,
said it wrong.
That was
Were
a
the
fun show.
Galaxy good at that time, Tanner?
Oh shit.
Call back. He remembers.
Of course I remember. Yeah, the Galaxy were killing it.
The Galaxy were
Wait,
killing.
what year was this?
Oh, dude, that was what? Stu, what was that? 2004-ish?
Oh yeah. that's-
No,
Probably earlier than that, dude.
2003-ish.
They were
something like
not
that.
doing well.
Yeah, I know.
2001.
They were not
No,
doing
that
well.
came out in
It
2001.
was 02,
02, something like that.
back when Moby Dick was in the
Hey, if you had to start, I'll pose this to everybody. If you had to start over tomorrow, what's the first thing you would do? And that applies to like everything, right? If you want to talk about the podcast or a business you start, something else you've done.
If I want to start over
again with your career, or and what's the first thing you would do?
not drink any alcohol.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So you would just 86, no alcohol, no.
I mean, there'd be so much. I would put it there. Like, I think there'd be that's such a good question. There's so much. Yeah, I'd probably not drink. Not getting into the restaurant business the way it was. The whole atmosphere and that whole.
What about acting?
No, acting. It's still. If I was to do it all over again, I wouldn't have gone to college. I would have moved right out to LA.
Right out to LA.
Yeah, that's the bigger point. Yeah, I would move to LA right away. I wouldn't even go to college.
And not drink and just be healthy and yeah. You think you'd be at a better position in your life right now?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. Yeah. That's how I feel. You know, not that I'm a raging alcoholic or anything.
No, I know. Get what you're saying, man. I totally understand where you're coming from for sure, dude.
That whole lifestyle gets old, man. Going out all the time and shit. That's why I'm trying to stop it all. So.
Do you think did you think LA enhanced that though?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right? Because I mean, you're rolling with the boys, and you got the
a little bit. I mean, it was like
sugar
just go
booger.
sunset, and now you.
I can only imagine when you got out here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and Stu was a part about that whole fucking thing.
I couldn't imagine when you got out here.
I remember when I fucking was out here 2 months, and he talks about going down to fucking Hollywood for Halloween. I walked in, and I thought it was in a fucking daze. I didn't even know where the fuck I was. It was a fucking sitting in there in a fucking Roman fucking outfit. It was nuts, bro. Nuts. Yeah, no, it was crazy back then. Now it's not even close.
Yeah.
What'd you change?
You know, probably I would have been more financially savvy.
That's another one, yeah.
I mean, like, not to say I'm not, and I don't, like, you know, because I definitely know I'm on my shit, you know, with I got, you know, my bills are paid, I get my shit done, but, you know, it took me a while to get there, and, like, there was times where I had a lot of money in life, you know, Joe, and I just used it so recklessly, man, and I don't even want to blame it on young, I want to blame it on because I had it, you know, because when you got it, you're like, this doesn't matter. This doesn't. We talked a little bit about, but I would have done that better. I would have been, you know, trying to own a home younger and like, you know, investing into different things instead of blowing it on materialistic things.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Tanner, what you got?
I wouldn't have dated casually so much.
So you were whoring in the streets, huh?
Waste of time.
Well, look, I think we all had our phase of smashing them, right?
You know, there comes a time when you're escaping from yourself through means that are not healthy for anyone involved.
Yeah.
And you know, I was really good at first dates.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to try for two.
Yeah.
So
get that first one knocked out, and if she ain't going, then it's hey, down to the next.
it was it
Right?
was. I plead the fifth, but my point is,
I've been there.
if I had any wisdom, it was only because I now know what not to do.
Yeah.
And that was just a waste of time and didn't serve anybody, not myself, not the people I was with. So that's what I would do differently.
Good one.
You want to ask the Zilla man?
Zilla, he's heard all three of ours. He's gonna have to say something.
I'm
now.
scared. I'm a little worried.
I could say something funny, but I'm not because I want him to get deep, man. What's up, Stewie?
I just surround myself with positive people quicker than I did already, like you guys. So.
Yeah. So no changes, just.
No, I mean, I would have just surrounded myself around
positive people instead of negative ones in the past. Yeah, I got you. That's a good one too, dude.
I think
that's a great one.
That's a great one. I think also getting rid of people that aren't ride or dies and are just along for whatever rides you're on, and that's the whole thing is when you sit down, like I just said, I have family, not friends.
It's hard though, bro, because if you're not seriously, the human mind works if you're not beneficial to me, then what are you around for? And so that's what the hard thing about finding ride or dies is what, because a lot of people get to the point where they're even a couple months in, they're like, what are you doing for me, bro? What's my purpose of this? And then especially if the pecking order's not even, then it's really tough, because now you got people that are looking to you to handle business and handle shit. And they're like, well, damn, I could do the same thing. He's just in the position.
for sure.
So now you got, snakes in your grass. Tough. You got to mow the lawn, baby. It's tough. Yeah. That was
a good one. That was a good one.
Hold on. I want to hear something from Tanner really quick.
He has been talking all damn episode.
No, he's been good.
He's always good. Right, Ox?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm going to get some cowboy boots.
And we'll just let Tanner, and we'll get up out of here. What's your non-negotiable to do for yourself on a productive day?
Oh gosh, that's a good question.
Yeah. No, I want to hear some more about Tanner. What's up?
Okay, non-negotiable.
What's your non-negotiable to you for a productive day?
Gosh, probably sit down and pray. That's got to be.
I hear you.
Man, you can't.
Oh, look at that. That's a good one,
Look at
Tanner.
that one.
But what are you gonna do if you're not grounded?
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the God's honest truth.
Yeah, man, Jesus is good. And
He is.
I'd be dead if it wasn't for him. So
Hey.
that's baseline.
Hey, what's so funny is I watch this lady, and I can't remember her name on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, but she does this like soul cookout thing where she like talks to like different races and she like asks them black phrases, and she always starts with "God is good," and then different races say different, like, you would say what God is great, right? So,
Yeah, God's great.
No, God is good. God is Tanner, God is good.
Yeah, it was great.
No, it's God is good all the time. God is good.
Oh, yeah.
And every black church starts off like that, right? Yeah. Because God is good, God is great is thank you for this meal we ate, I get that. But yeah, at the black churches, the black pastor comes out, God is good all the time. God is good. So it's funny, bro. Yeah,
I used to play the music at a black church.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't do that one.
They didn't do that one?
No.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. That's the number one. You can look it up. When we get off, I'll show you. Yeah.
All right, it was more tambourines than that.
Then yeah. If it's more tambourine.
I saw Stu in there once. He was in the back. He was on one foot. He was doing laps.
If it wasn't a big black lady with her wig hanging half off on the organ, then
Yo, it was all the way off. She had it in her hand.
and the choir up there singing in their purple robes, and he wasn't at a black church.
And Stu's in the middle of the choir.
I could not imagine Stu in the middle of that situation.
He's going back and forth doing the claps.
Oh yeah, you gotta dance. At black churches, you don't even look at the Bible. You just listen to it.
Hey, who's the white kid in the middle? Oh, that's Stu.
The music doesn't stop the entire
The
time.
entire time, and it's 3 hours, and and it's a best dressed competition. Who got the best fit and the biggest hat? But we'll leave that stereotype for there because I know there are probably some viewers that are gonna not be happy with what I just said.
Yeah, probably.
Let's get us out of here, Joe. Where can
All right,
they
man,
find
you
you
can
at?
find me at The Real Joe Rosati. You guys have a great day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and I will talk to everyone soon.
How about you, Stu?
Stuzilla Productions.
Stu Zilla Productions. Tanner, where they at?
It is Tanner Hall with 2 A's and 1 L.
And we're at Mastermind Media, right?
Right?
Shout out Normally. Shout out Lex. And
Lex.
shout out Ricky, right?
I was shouting out Ricky again.
Yeah, Ricky's out there.
Yeah, Ricky's still out there.
Might as well get there, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and I'm underscore ill son, and we'll check you guys out next time. Peace.
Okay, love you, bye.
We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest.